Greetings, Benjamin J. from Ben's Trains with another in the series. Well, a follow-up on that 490 double reduction motor that arrived with the wind-up and the 3 cars. So I haven't looked at the wind-up yet. I pressed the wheel back on the 490 double reduction motor, and it is actually running quite well, as you see. So I bought this just to get this motor. So $10.95 double reduction motor. Actually was going to use it for parts, but obviously it runs too well to do that. It does not have a headlight or a provision for one, as you see. But it is running splendidly. There's nothing wrong with this at all. It runs really, really well. So I pressed the wheel back on, a couple of drops of oil, and that was it. It took off. I didn't have to do anything to this at all. It took less than 5 minutes to get this motor running. As you see, that's running splendidly. Constant speed all the way around the rail. Now, this thing has not run in years, decades. And yet a couple of drops of oil, press the wheel back on, and as you see, double reduction motor up and running. And again, it has a working E-unit. It does not have a headlight or a provision for a headlight. But somebody's been mucking around with this, as you can see. There's a piece of wire wrapped around there where someone had actually probably grounded a wire for a headlight. Anyway, the body itself is junk. But I can pull the rear mounting plate out and drop it into a decent shell. This can go in the trash can. Haven't even looked at the wind-up yet. This has a broken coupler. I can get that fixed in a matter of 2 minutes. There's nothing wrong with these 2 cars. But again, I bought this just for this motor. And I haven't done anything to it yet, except a couple of drops of oil and pressing the wheel back on. But as you see, it's running perfectly. There's no problem with the motor at all. So obviously I will not be using this for parts. So as I always stress, don't overlook the junk. You see double reduction motors on eBay selling for 25 bucks, 30 bucks, 35 bucks, and people buy them. And I never understood that, because in this case you can get the double reduction motor and all of this stuff for 11 bucks. So anyway, as I always stress, don't overlook the junk. The motor by itself was worth what I paid for all of this stuff. So 2 cars that are up and running. This one needs a coupler, so that's easy to fix. No idea about the wind-up. The 490 shell, of course, is beyond repair. So I'll just pull the mounting plate out of it, and the rest of it goes in the junk box. This one is probably going to go in the trash. There's really nothing much that I can scavenge off of this. The body for the wind-up is broken, as you see, in the front and the back. So won't be doing much with that. However, you can sell these wind-up motors. And if they're actually in decent running condition, you can get a decent price for them. Anyway, so I'll replace the coupler on that. These 2 cars are up and running with no problems at all. And of course, the main goal of buying this was this double reduction motor. And as you see, that's running just absolutely perfectly. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It needs to be cleaned up, of course. This thing has been setting for years, decades, and yet it's up and running. See, it's getting some wheel spark, so the brushes are dirty. But it won't take much, and this is going to be a great addition. So it's up and running with no problems at all. A bit of cleanup, some judicious lubrication. It's going to be a great motor. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this, as you see. So anyway, I just want to do a follow-up video on this 490. As I always stress, don't overlook the junk. All of this was $11. Those 2 are up and running. This one needs a coupler. The motor, of course, is what I bought this for, and it's running just absolutely splendidly. No problems with it at all. Double reduction motor, and all the cars for 11 bucks. Really difficult to beat that. Anyway, I just want to do a follow-up video on this 490 double reduction motor. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.